Niger Republic suffered one of its deadliest attacks on 10th of February 2023 when gunmen with suspected links to violent extremist groups ambushed a military convoy in Bani Bangu, a community in the Tillaberi region. 17 soldiers died and 13 were injured, and in months of relative calm in the area, violence had diminished as a result of two special operations conducted in northern Tillaberi between July and October 2022 by Niger, with reinforcements from 250 French troops. Despite the intervention of the military, violence has persisted. Nigerian authorities thereafter recognized the need for dialogue with militant leaders in Tillaberi. This was inspired after several Nigerians defected from their extremist groups and violence in the Diffa region decreased after a disarmament and reintegration process launched in 2016. A total of 386 former Boko Haram fighters went through de-radicalization and professional training. To discuss this further, we are joined by Fahiraman Rodrigue Kone. He is with the Institute for Security Studies. Thank you very much for giving us your time, Rodrigue. It's 2023, and the region, West Africa, is still battling the insurgency. How close is the Sahel region in bringing about an end to the insecurity plague in the region?
Well, indeed, the trends show that the Sahel region is currently the epicenter of the terrorism in Africa. It is one of the more deadliest places in terms of terrorism than South Asia and the Middle East and North Africa combined. And to take a country like Burkina Faso, for example, it has been identified as the country with the highest number of attacks by this group after Afghanistan. What another trend we are witnessing is the militarization, the strong militarization of the response, which, when we see previous experience, show that there is the chance that these jihadist trend attacks will not end in the coming years.
How much investment, in your estimation, material and physical, has gone into combating insurgency in Niger Republic?
Yes, in Niger Republic, we have seen that the state have developed an holistic strategy which combine military action against those groups, but at the same time, there are political solutions which include like development action, but also dialogues with the jihadist groups. All this, there is no exact figure in terms of financial investment, but we know that the state had made effort to equip with military equipment, and that's explained, for example, the diversification of the relation in getting those military equipment, but also at the same time there is effort, as I said, for development action, socio-economic reintegration of combatants, but also negotiating with head of those jihadist groups. So all these actions are, I can say, heavily it's a financial investment, but also human and material investment.
Your group, the Institute for Security Studies, just published a report highlighting Niger's Republic's strategy to combat violent extremist groups. What more can you tell us about it?
Yes, it is important to know that there is a specificity of Niger's strategy in the Sahel. As I said, in the Central Sahel, what we are witnessing is the strong militarization of the response, which is seen in Mali and also in Burkina Faso. But in Niger, there is this combination of dialogue and also military action. So this is important to note. Our research wanted to highlight those specificities, which seems to be one of of the sustainable response to the insurrection, to the insecurity which is in the Central Sahel. Because when you compare Niger and its neighboring countries as Mali and Burkina Faso, you see that Niger is less subject of attacks, deadly attacks than other countries. That's not. That doesn't mean that there is no attacks. Yes, you have recall all those attacks in February, but at the same time, you see that the stabilization process is more effective than is compared to the neighboring countries.
Before I let you go, I want to ask you this question. No doubt, a lot has been done when it comes to fighting terrorism and extremism in Niger Republic. Do you think that Niger's Republic strategy is working, and would you advise other countries and regions to follow this strategy?
When you look the trends and you look the figures, we can say that this strategy is the good one because it is more holistic, is more relevant to the nature of the insecurity. Because you have a jihadist insecurity, but you have also community violences. Using only military approach will not resolve the problem. As I said, the military strategy, by experience, show that there is more radicalization when this strategy is being used. But that being said, we think that Niger should adopt a more inclusive approach involving more influential actors, for example, in the dialogue process. It should do best in a better coordination between the institutions involved in this policy. And the government should also ensure that the dialogue process is informed by I can say previous action. But at the end of the day, it is clear that by including dialogue in its counter strategy, in the counterterrorism effort, Niger experiences an approach similar to those of in Algeria and also Mauritania, which underpin this decade-long protection against jihadist violence. So it means that Niger is on the good way.
There's still a long way to go to ending extremism in the continent, but efforts are being noted. I'm sure we'll be circling back to you on these issues again. Thank you for giving us your time.
Thank you.